All right, what is going on? First responder men, stand up. Let's go. This is going to be an amazing training. One of the biggest questions I get from all the men that I work with is, Joel, how do I become more present? I'm constantly busy. There's shift work, you got a mortgage to pay, you've got your wife, you've got kids' activities, you've got all these things pulling you in all these different directions. And so, how do we become more present, right? In our daily lives? Like, we are not Buddha. We are not some magical yogi that just sits in a cave. Like, we're busy people. We're entrepreneurs. We're go-getters. We're mission driven. We don't have all this time. And so over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to walk you through really the best way that I've seen several men become just more laser focused, bring more balance, bring more harmony and ease into those chaotic lives that they live. I'm also going to give you some of the tried and true techniques that I use that instantly creates presence. Okay. I'm going to give you one of my favorite techniques that I teach in my coaching program. And also at the end, if you're interested, I'm actually going to give you a cheat sheet. So anybody that's interested in that cheat sheet for instant presence, I went through a life coaching program that cost me $5,000. And it was probably one of the most impactful things I learned is how to create this instant presence. So if you're interested in that, just drop me a line at the end, reach out, and I will send that to you. Also, if you're a first responder who's not in my first responder Facebook group, my men's group, who looking to level up their marriage and their family, it's free. Drop me a line and we'll get you in there as well. So last thing before we get started, if you don't know me and you're like, who is this guy? Well, I was a first responder for almost 15 years. I worked in Oakland. I worked in San Francisco. I'm a best-selling author. I'm a high performance coach and a dad coach for first responder men that want to transform their marriages and families. I'm married 11 years. I've got two boys, 9 and 6. And I have fallen into the many pitfalls that so many other men have, especially first responders. I mean, the divorce rate's even higher than any other profession I know of. And I've been able to transform that. And I've realized that actually marriage is awesome. But when you know the right skills and you have the right mindset and the right heart set, really it's achievable for anyone. And I truly believe that. And I know anybody can turn it around. And that's what I'm all about. So let's get started. Over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to drop how do we become more present. I'm going to tell you the 3 secrets, 3 ways that I know. I'm going to give you the best technique that I do on a regular basis, and it helps bring presence into my life, and I hope it brings more into yours. Now, the first thing you have to understand is what's pulling you out of presence. Okay. Now, guys, believe it or not, you can't help it because there's this thing called dopamine. It's a brain thing happening. Okay. And dopamine is that happy, right? It's that wanting, it's that drive, it's that motivation. But here's the deal. We are in a dopamine state more than ever. It's in abundance. That's why we are so triggered to be on TikTok and Instagram and just scroll on our phones, because these apps are creating this rich dopamine environment more than we've ever had before. And so we want that more and more, which is natural, right? Of course, you want to be in a happy state more and more. Here's the problem. That TikTok dopamine state that we're so used to now, when you go back to your family life or you go to work or you do whatever, you can never reach that state again. And so your dopamine baseline is like up here now, where it used to be maybe back down here, right? But because we're being so triggered by the outside world, that dopamine baseline has raised. And now every time you get on, you're looking for more and more. So of course, guess what? When you go hang out with your kids and they want to play stupid toys, you think you want to do that? Of course not. I know I don't. It's hard, right? It's really hard. And so you got to understand that it's a neurobiological thing. It's not your fault. But now that you understand dopamine a little bit better, understand this. I interviewed the author of Dopamine Detox, Stanford professor, and she talks about this. And so the way to reset dopamine, it's going to take you 4 weeks on average to reset dopamine levels. So be kind to yourself, understand what's happening. I think when we have more awareness, we start to understand, oh, okay, that's the mechanism. It's not, this is what's happening. It's not just like, oh, I'm some bumbling idiot. No, you're being triggered by this dopamine. And so it's going to take 4 weeks to reset. So if you know that about yourself, the phone or whatever, I know that about me. I just keep the phone out of the room. My kids will even tell me, Dad, get off your phone. Dad, get off your phone. Dad, I'm talking to you. Like, get that thing out of here. I'm going to destroy it. I mean, it's funny the things they say. So you got to understand dopamine, number one. The second thing is, if you're not present, that means you're not in the now. Why are you not in the now? It means you either must be in the future or you're living in the past. Why are those two things happening to you? What's triggering you? For me, if I'm in the future, I'm thinking about my business. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do this. There's this new funny reel I'm going to do or whatever. That's a lot of my future stuff. If it's the past, then maybe I'm thinking about bills. I'm thinking about why my wife is mad at me, all those things. And you can't be present if you're thinking in the past or if you're thinking in the present. I mean, I'm sorry, the future. If you're not in those states, how can you be living in the now? How can you be expected to be taking in everything that is happening now? And I'm going to actually share an interview that I did with my good friend, first responder Faisal Abbey. He is a really high level practitioner, yogi, body worker. And I think he really says it best when, he says it best here. I'm going to try to find this document, but he talks about how most of us, we don't want to feel. And because we don't want to feel anything, and men, I think especially, right? We don't want to feel anything.
Usually do when we feel anxious. How many of us actually say, I feel anxious right now. I'm going to sit with this. I'm going to sit with this anxiety until I soothe it, until I hold it, until I make it feel better. And how many of us are like, I'm anxious, more coffee. I'm anxious, up later. I'm anxious, do more. Like, instead of turning towards the thing that we're feeling, we try to run away from it.
I'm anxious, give me a pill.
I'm anxious, give me a pill, right? So I'm anxious, I need a minute. Just turning towards it, and now it like dissipates it. That's what you have to do with the body. So there's pain there. Let's feel it. Where does it radiate to? Is there anything stuck in there? How do you feel when you tune into it? Often, there's an emotional component. There is a really kind man.
So there you go, right? Most men, we don't want to feel anything. We don't want to feel emotions. We don't want to feel anything. And I see that happening a lot. Just not being in touch emotionally. And we don't. So one of the things you can do is just labeling it, but really feeling it and going deep. And we see that a lot with the body and pain, etc. And with that Faisal hits on that magnificently. Now let's talk about point number 3, which is conscious parenting. I think this is what you guys really want to know about. And you may be doing all the right things. You may be providing for your kid and you think you're doing the best you can, but it's still not enough, right? And the fact is, doing is never enough if you neglect being. Let me say that again. Doing is never enough if you neglect being. So how do you bring being into the life of a busy family, into the relationship of a child? Guys, it's actually really simple. The key is to give your child attention. And there's 2 forms of attention. One we might call form-based attention, and the other one is called formless, okay? Now, form-based is always connected in some way with doing or evaluation. Have you done your homework? Did you eat dinner? Did you tidy up your room? Did you brush your teeth? Do this, stop doing that, hurry up, get ready. That's all form-based. Then there's formless attention. As you look at, as you listen, as you touch, or you help your child with whatever you're doing, and you're just being completely present. You're not wanting anything other than that moment as it is. And when you're in this way, you make this room now for being. In that moment, you're present. You're not a father. You're not a mother. You are alertness. You are stillness. This is the presence that is just listening, looking, touching, even speaking. You are the being behind the doing. You guys got that? So powerful, right? Now, let me tell you one of the things I like to do to attain presence. One is I just use the breath. It's so simple. Breath work has really transformed my life. And the more I've like geeked out on, I'm like, oh, this is why ancient traditions have done it. And so when I'm not present or I'm feeling myself triggered, one of the things I like to do is just count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I just take a nice breath into my belly. And I just let it out. And that is a really simple way. Many of you are probably laughing and going, come on, Joel, there's got to be more to it. No, try that. Breathe into your belly. Most of us are stuck breathing into our chest. We're not getting enough oxygen in our belly. And it just using the breath as an anchor to becoming present and not have that busy monkey mind. It is really transformational. I also have a handout, like I mentioned, a little cheat sheet for instant presence. You can do that exercise as well. I'm happy to send that to you. If you're interested, just drop me a line, like I mentioned before, and I'll send you that. Last but not least, anybody, like I mentioned, if you're interested in just learning more about either the free cheat sheet or you just want to join my first responder Facebook group or the free program, let me know. Drop me a line, comment on the video, just say, Joel, I want it, and I will send that to you ASAP. Guys, I hope this was really helpful and impactful. I like to do these trainings. I know it sharpens my sword every time I revisit these things, and it makes me a better human, a better dad. And I think it's going to help a lot of people. So I hope that helps you. I'm out. Have an amazing rest of your week.